Public utilities across the United States are out of control. Also, we're going to be looking at what's happening over in Greece. Heavy flooding in their agricultural zones means a lot of food is not going to be going to market. Also, we have the impeachment inquiry starting in Washington, D.C. Also, we have a whole bunch of reports coming from you guys from all over the place that we're going to cover right now. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant. But you guys send your reports in on what's going on out there at your workplaces, at your stores, and we report those to you. So we do want to thank our sponsor before we go. Genesis Gold Group does a fantastic job helping people with their retirement accounts, getting them into stable things like silver, gold, and platinum. There'll be a link for more information at the end of this video. All right, so Secretary of State Blinken said that now it is up to the country in Eastern Europe to decide where their missiles are going to go. So the United States is providing missiles, and up to this point has said you better not actually target places inside bear country. You just stay within your country, right? And now Secretary of State Blinken is saying, well, it's completely up to them to target whatever they want to, which means U.S. long-range missiles could be used to target Moscow and other places like that. That is rather concerning and definitely an escalation. Doris pointed out that Greece has lost 25% of its agricultural area due to heavy rain in the last 48 hours. So digging into that a little bit, that's 25% agricultural area around Larissa, which is a heavy agricultural area of Greece, but it's not 25% of the whole country. But they have had extremely heavy flooding. They're saying 1 in 1,000-year event. It's funny how we have so many of those events happening just this year, right? But they got 700 millimeters of rain, or 27 inches. I was wanting to convert that to milliliters, but that wouldn't make any sense for rain, would it? But yet, at the same time, they also have water shortages. So it's interesting that with the heavy flooding, they don't have enough clean water. This is a good reminder, as they're telling folks there, don't use the flood waters for anything. Don't use them for cleaning. Don't use it for other things, because that water is really contaminated with a lot of stuff in it. Definitely don't try drinking it, of course. So thinking that through, just what are your water reserves at your home? Where would you get water if your house was flooded or if the area around you was flooded? And then moving on, just to point out once again that 25% of that area's agriculture has been devastated by this. It's a heavy, particularly cotton area, but they also grow a lot of other crops in that area too. So there's going to be a lot of food not making it to market because of this. And of course, the devastation for the people and the population there is awful. Impeachment inquiry has started in Washington. Congress has set up an impeachment inquiry, so they're going to start subpoenaing information, that kind of thing, in order to move to an impeachment vote, apparently in the next number of weeks or months. Some people are saying this just seems to be just going through the motions. It's really just a distraction. I don't know, but probably not going to be able to get a conviction in the Senate, at least with the way the votes stand right now. New Mexico sheriff has stood up to the governor of New Mexico. So the sheriff in Albuquerque is saying that he is not, and his office is not going to enforce the unconstitutional ban on carrying boomsticks. So even though it's an emergency health order, the sheriff is saying that he's not going to go along with it, and his office isn't either. So and other agencies in the state have already chimed in that they're not going to enforce it either. And so it looks like there's getting to be a lot of pushback on this unlawful order out there. This is from user I4790. I work for a wireless carrier in the southern U.S. Management is pushing us to sell customers new lines of service and upgrade them to plans they cannot afford. Many of my customers have a past due bill on their account, and I cannot sell them anything until that amount is paid for in full. A majority of my customers are on payment plans for their bills, with some of them having their service fully shut off for non-payment. This is happening more frequently in the last couple of months, especially. People are broke. We've been saying that out there, that we're seeing that this is definitely what's happening. People are running out of money. They've been, they haven't gotten a stimulus recently, right? They haven't gotten their stimmy checks. And this, plus with people starting to be threatened with getting kicked out of their apartments for not paying their rent again, and a lot of other things that are coming to play where people are being having to go back to normal and actually paying their bills. It's really a strain on a lot of people. This is from Evil Blonde. Layton, Utah. I went to Walmart, Winco, Kroger, and Fresh Market, and between all 4 stores couldn't find a dozen cans of spinach. So canned spinach, apparently low, at least in that area. Lisa says, ordered Aldi groceries this afternoon after traveling home from Sarasota. The shopper had to replace several items as he said the store was really low on stuff. He even texted me once he arrived and that he would be happy to bring them inside. My husband opened the door as it was storming out and the shopper had unbagged items. He apologized and explained Aldi's had 0 shopping bags available to purchase for our groceries. Wow, that's in Gainesville, Florida. Yeah, even shopping bags are becoming a thing of the past in a lot of places. At least here in the Pittsburgh area, they're talking about banning plastic shopping bags here for home deliveries, I think, or something like that. Just crazy stuff. I remember the first time I was up in, I think it was New York State. I went up there and they're like, yeah, so we don't have any plastic bags anymore. Like you couldn't purchase them. It was just like no plastic bags for you. Just figure it out. Now I was driving through to get up to Maine, but just still, I was just kind of like, what's up with that? What planet are you really saving by not having plastic bags? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Mary, I live in a small town in southeast Alabama, and we buy our electricity from Alabama Power. Last month, our electricity doubled in price, and so did the water, garbage, and sewer from our small town. There's been a lot of people quitting their jobs with the city as a lot of money has gone missing. Alabama Power runs on nuclear power, so why would there be such a huge increase? Prices of people, I guess, are up, but beyond that, it's just everything's just getting more expensive because of inflation. Workers and insurance, all this kind of stuff. But yeah, Mel says, we picked up our half side of beef from an Amish family store in Indiana over the weekend. I asked the cashier, who I've seen working there for years, if the price had gone up in September, and she said, no, but you're just in time. She shared many of the farmers in the area are selling because they can't afford it anymore. An older woman that worked there walked up and reiterated that we got in right on time because prices were really going to go up soon. The cashier looked at her and quietly said, but we can't talk about it. So they paid $4.09 a pound overall for the half side of beef, and $3.59 a pound last year. But it sounds like it's going to go up a good bit. But $4.09 a pound, I mean, can you beat that, right? You can't beat that with just regular stuff at the store. I mean, sometimes ground beef's more expensive than that. Crazy. Debbie says, I have been making bread for 45 years and the flour has definitely changed. Let me know if you guys are experiencing the same kind of thing. I don't know what they are doing, but it doesn't hold together as it should. Some other people chimed in that they're removing some of the gluten or something like that from the current day flour, and it's messing up bread. User LY2 says, update the auto workers. The auto worker already have strike signs and times. So apparently the auto workers have strike signs and times to walk lines starting on the 15th, which is, of course, Friday. Their contract ends at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, and that's from here in Michigan. So it sounds like they're saying that that they have insider information on that. But I present the information. I don't judge it for you. This is a viewer from New York. Several grocery stores in upstate New York have slowly and quietly reduced the size of their dried beans sections. But for example, one store used to have many options for dry beans in both 1 and 5 pound bags. But the last time I went in, all the 5 pound bags were gone, and so was the section of larger dry beans. All gone. Only 1 pound bags remain and less varieties. They used to cost $1.19 and now mostly $2.69 to $2.99. When I asked managers about the changes or shortages, all I get is a shrug and everything's fine. We're just making changes to help the customers shop better. They call that CEO speak or corporate speak. And that's where we're getting from a lot of these places, right? They're making all these changes, and why are you doing that? Oh, well, we're just making the changes. But it's easy to see nefarious reasons in there, isn't there? BDM says, Northeast Pennsylvania. I just tried to buy the 20-pound bag of rice online at Walmart. When I went to check out, I got a message in my cart that the product was unavailable. 20-pound bags of rice. Like, there isn't much more simple than that, right? I was allowed to buy 5-pound bags of rice, but is limited to 9 maximum. MMCT says, we are a small transport company in Michigan. We are nervous about this speaking about Michigan, right? Detroit area. As we haul new vehicles out to plants, from the plant to dealerships. We have a plan B as usual, but I'll keep you posted as Friday comes closer if we are still sitting. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing is the union workers not working, it means a lot of other secondary companies are going to be impacted by this. Part suppliers and people who haul a lot of products, people who bring parts in via trucks, people who haul vehicles away. This is going to definitely impact the whole regional economy up there if it does move into strike. So we will keep you posted about that, as well as the food shortages, empty shelves at the Walmarts, Aldis, all that kind of stuff. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get some more information on Genesis Gold Group, there's a link right here that you click on that, and fill out your information. They'll send you a packet to get more information. If you want to check out another video from the channel, there's one right up here. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.